Welcome to Find Your Way. The podcast all about mindset and personal growth.
Uh,
I think we can all relate to this. Feeling bombarded with advice on how to reach success. Like, seriously, everywhere you turn,
oh, yeah.
books, courses, you name it. Seems like everyone and their dog has the perfect roadmap to success, right?
Right.
But in this deep dive today, I kind of want to flip the script a bit
Yeah.
and explore this idea
Okay.
that there's no one-size-fits-all path.
Yeah.
This is your journey, your path.
I think it's so tempting to, grab onto those roadmaps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we kind of crave that certainty, right?
Oh, totally.
A clear set of steps to
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah.
But, life is messy, and
Yeah.
it rarely works that neatly, in my experience, at least.
So true. So true. And I think, one of the sources you were looking at for this deep dive had this quote that really resonated with me. And I'm curious to get your take on it.
Okay.
It said, you can't use someone else's map to navigate your own path.
I love it.
What do you think about that?
That's so powerful. And I think what that quote is really saying is, be mindful,
Yeah.
of just blindly following someone else's formula for success. Because
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah.
Your starting point's different.
Yeah.
Your experiences, your challenges, what you face, they're all unique to you.
It's so true.
What worked for someone else might not work for you and could lead you, honestly, down a totally different path.
Totally. So, what are some of the signs, that maybe we're on the wrong path or we're using the wrong map? What are some things we can look out for in our own lives to see if we're kind of falling into that trap?
Well, I think you can, pay attention to those signs of frustration.
Okay.
Those feelings of being stuck,
Mhm.
constantly hitting dead ends.
Yeah.
And I think it's helpful to ask yourself, am I pursuing this because it genuinely resonates with me? Or am I just trying to fit into someone else's mold?
It's so easy to compare ourselves to others, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's so easy.
Especially
In
today's world.
especially with social media.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so easy to see others succeeding
Yeah.
and be like, well, why isn't that happening for me?
Yeah. Why not me?
But the reality is everyone's circumstances are just so different, right?
Exactly. I think that's such a good point. And you know what? This actually reminds me of another source that we looked at.
Okay.
It said, there is no one path to success. Every journey is different.
And that's the truth.
It is.
And it applies to every aspect of life, wouldn't you say?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, your career,
Yeah.
your relationships, how you grow as a person.
Absolutely.
It's all about finding what truly fulfills you.
Yes.
Not just chasing some external definition of success.
You're so right. It's about what truly fulfills you.
Yeah.
And this reminds me of a time when I was trying to force myself to fit into this specific career path
Mm-hmm.
just because everyone was saying it was the smart choice,
You should do this.
Yeah, you got to do this. But I ended up being truly miserable.
Oh, no.
And it took me stepping back and honestly assessing my strengths,
Yeah.
what I was good at, my values,
Right.
to realize, wait a minute, I'm on the completely wrong track here.
That's a perfect example
Yeah.
of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's so easy to just get caught up in those external expectations,
It really is.
But the real magic happens when you trust your own process, take those steps.
So how do we actually do that? In a practical sense, how do we stop searching for that perfect formula and start trusting our own intuition a bit more?
I think the key is embracing this idea that progress isn't always linear,
Okay, yeah.
right? It's not always about these giant leaps forward.
Yeah.
It's about those consistent, small, intentional actions.
Right.
Even if it feels like you're moving at a snail's pace, it's still moving,
I love that. What about those times when we inevitably hit roadblocks or make mistakes?
Well, that's where the magic of learning and adapting comes in, right?
Okay.
I mean, what if instead of fearing uncertainty, we just embraced it,
Mhm.
welcomed it as a natural part of the journey?
Yeah.
Every mistake,
Mm.
every setback,
Yeah.
it becomes an opportunity for growth, I think.
Oh, I love that. Instead of viewing those moments as failures,
Right.
they're just valuable lessons.
Exactly. And honestly, everyone makes mistakes, right?
Oh, all the time?
I know I do.
Yeah.
It's just part of the process, and the important thing is to just learn from them
Yeah.
and keep moving forward.
And I think this really ties back to that idea that, what works for others may not work for you.
Right, because it's your journey.
It is. You have to find your own way step by step.
Exactly. And you have to have the courage
Yeah.
to keep experimenting, to keep exploring until you find
Yeah,
what truly resonates with you.
totally.
It's a journey of self-discovery, and it's yours to create
So well said. Thank you for listening to Find Your Way. Stay inspired and keep growing.
Absolutely.